Hey everybody, and welcome back to another vlog. So, very typical weather, very rainy, very cloudy, overcast, not a lot of sun. This is a really long spring. I was kind of thinking that it would be warmer by now, but it's just not coming yet. I guess it's just not ready. I think that next week is going to be a little bit nicer. I'm really hoping. I just really need some sunshine right now. But I think the best thing to do when it's rainy and not very nice outside is to find nice things to do inside. So I just watched the season final for The Mandalorian and I was definitely crying at the end. I think now I'm just gonna work on tidying up a little bit, and then I would like to start studying for my new semester. So if you don't know, I'm studying physiotherapy in Germany. I just finished my first full year and now we're starting with the second year. And I mean, I guess this year is a lot more relaxed because I don't have exams between the two semesters. My next exams are in a year's time after the full year. But I still want to keep it up. And I think what's really important now to do is to just work on making my flashcards on Anki. I use the program Anki for all of my flashcards and I really love it. So I think just like keeping up with making the flashcards every week after my classes, I think that is going to benefit me so much this semester because later I'll be in practicum. And so during that time, I won't have any classes, and it's kind of nice because there's not any new material coming in. And I think I want to take that time specifically, like I really want to take that time off from studying, especially I have a rotation this summer. It's 2 months long, a rotation where I'm just working in a praxis, and I just want to go to work, do my practicum, and come back and just have fun. I want to make the most of the summer. So definitely in the time before that starts, I want to put in a little bit of work so that I can really relax and just have so much fun this summer. Good morning everybody and welcome back. It has been a few days since I've talked to you. Yesterday I was going to film, but I just really wasn't feeling that good. So I took a break and thankfully today is so much better. I'm feeling a lot better. The sun is shining, at least it was. Now it's a little bit overcast, but it was really sunny and warm this morning. I was working out on our balcony and doing some gardening, and it just brought me a lot of joy in the morning. So maybe I'll show you guys what I got done on our balcony. It looks like a mess. It's crazy. So we recently got these 2 chairs from eBay. They're secondhand old garden chairs. We're going to sand them and refinish them with some oil so that they last a lot longer, and I think that'll bring them back to life. So this morning I cleaned the area underneath them. I scrubbed it, washed the floor there, and I need to do that for like the entire patio. And then I was also planting. So I have 3 pots of zucchini. Those are my peas that I planted a few weeks ago. And then here I planted out all of my tomatoes. So these pots, we actually reuse them every single year. As you can see in our mess, we just like hold on to all of the old pots and just keep reusing them. One thing I decided for this year is I'm going to try some new vegetables, try growing something different, because last year there's just one raised garden bed and we always plant something in it and it just never really works out. That's kind of like our experimental garden bed, and I don't know what it is, but nothing really has turned out in that one. So I want to get something different to grow in there. And also for our little trellis that we have around our seating area, I want to get some different climbing plants for that as well, because last year we had beans and we had cucumbers growing up the trellis, and I mean, I guess the beans did okay, but the cucumbers, they didn't do very well. So I don't know why. Maybe we'll try cucumbers again on one side. We don't eat that many beans, so I don't think it's worth it to grow them. And then I think I'm gonna try and grow a squash. We'll see if that works. Hopefully it will. We'll have to see. I think the trellis is strong enough to hold squash, so we'll see about that, if it turns out or not. Hey guys, the last few days have been really weird. We've been really busy, but at the same time, I've also been feeling really bored, and I feel like all of the things that I've been doing just like aren't worthy to be on this channel. So apologies, because the vlog is a few days late, but I didn't want to make it super boring. For so long, I have been wanting to use up some carrots and also some of the rhubarb. I bought a bunch of rhubarb a few weeks ago and I need to start actually using it up. I made a cake a few weeks ago. It was so good, and thinking about it just inspires me to bake with more rhubarb. So I'm going to use up some carrots and some rhubarb and make a carrot rhubarb loaf. I think that'll be a good mix of flavors. So I need to do that tonight. Also need to make normal dinner, and also I need to help because my husband is taking a dinner for work in a few days or so. And I haven't even showed you, we did some work on our balcony yesterday. So let me show you what we've done. First of all, this is our blueberry bush. I think it's doing pretty well. It's definitely a lot bigger than it was last year. Here we have our roses. They're these really beautiful, if I can get the tag. They're these really beautiful David Austin roses, but I don't know if they're doing okay. If you know anything about roses, please let me know. We don't know what to do with them. They're still green, so there's hope, but we're not sure. We also cleaned up this area a little bit. I scrubbed the floor under here. I still need to do that for the rest of the deck, but also I planted our fig tree. This was from a trimming from my in-laws. They have a fig tree at their house. We just took a piece of branch, and after a few months, it started sprouting. This is almost a year later. I'm actually really impressed that it's growing. And then in this pot, we planted another smaller rose. It's a little climbing rose. We honestly just found this at Lidl and it was like €1.50. So I'm very impressed with it. I still need to cut this off. They like dipped it in wax, which was really interesting. I'd never seen that before. So I think I need to cut these off. Also this, because I don't think anything else is gonna grow out of these ones. This is the other thing we planted. It also came from Lidl. It was also like €2. It's a blackberry bush and it is growing really well so far. It has been inside. We only brought it outside yesterday, so hopefully it's not too cold. Yeah, I don't think it should freeze anymore at nighttime, but we'll keep an eye on it. And so far it's looking very nice. And then inside we have all of these other pots. These are only some of the plants that we're going to be putting out, but I just wanted to start some. So we have quite a few tomato plants, and then we have our zucchinis. And then here in our toilet paper tubes, we have the peas, sweet peas. I've also been thinking a little bit about what else I want to plant this year, what new things. One thing I really want to try, I think they're called UFO zucchinis. They look like little tiny squashes and I think that they're climbing. I can only make them if they're climbing because I only have space for climbing plants now. If they're bush plants, maybe I can layer some things together, but I would really like those. I think they just look cute. And we eat a lot of zucchini in the summer, so it's not bad to have a lot of zucchinis in our house. The other thing I would really love to try are mushrooms. So I heard that oyster mushrooms are actually quite beginner friendly, and I really want to try growing them because they're really expensive, and I just love mushrooms. So I think it would be really fun to grow some maybe some pink oyster mushrooms. We'll see. Hopefully that'll work out. The only thing that I'm looking at is if I can somehow make them self-reproduce, because how they work is you kind of get a sawdust mixture usually, and it's mixed with the mycelium, I think that's what it's called, like the seeds or spores of the mushroom, and then that's where they grow from. You mix it with wood chips or hay, and then you get your mushrooms. But I'm wondering if I don't harvest all of the mushrooms, if then the spores will go back into the soil and they'll just self-reproduce. I think that would be really nice, because then I could get mushrooms all the time, and I really love them. So we'll see. I'm really hoping that we can grow mushrooms this year, because that would be so exciting. Good morning, everybody. So my rhubarb and carrot loaf is now in the oven baking, and it's actually the next morning. So I did this last night. We're gonna see if it worked for my hair, because the day before I tried it and my hair was way too wet. It didn't work at all. It does feel, I mean, my hair was dry, and then I just kind of ran some water through it with my hands. So I'm really hoping that it actually works this time. I mean, so far that looks pretty good, not gonna lie. But one thing I really need, I actually don't have any hairspray, and I think this would hold throughout the day so much better if I just put some hairspray in it. So that's going on my list of things that I need to buy for myself. Yeah, maybe I should just pick up some after school today. So I hope this vlog wasn't too chaotic for you guys. I hope you guys have a great week and that you give this video a big thumbs up. subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!